Welcome back. The Department of Justice now deciding it will not pursue a case against Nevada Senator John Ensign for trying to find work for the husband of his mistress. The husband, by the way, was a former aide to the senator. The Republican does remain under investigation by the Senate Ethics Committee. So will the Senate pursue those charges now that the feds have bowed out? Melanie Sloan is Executive Director of Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. Melanie, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
Was it your group or you that said you felt as though the feds had chickened out?
Yes, that was me. We had filed the complaint asking the Department of Justice to look into this over a year ago, and there was ample evidence just simply on the public record, documents that had been released publicly, testimony we'd heard, statements people had made publicly, and it was plenty to indict the senator for the crime of conspiring with Doug Hampton, his former aide, to violate the Senate one-year lobbying ban.
Yeah, he was trying to help his former aide, his wife he had an affair with, to find a job. But, I mean, look, a year goes by pretty quickly. Maybe he was trying to find him a job once the one-year cooling-off period had ended.
Oh, no. Right away, Doug Hampton was threatening to make the affair public, and he said, "You need to help me now." And Senator Ensign reached out to former top aides. He reached out to top executives in Nevada, and he helped Doug Hampton set up a lobbying business. And then he told executives that if they wanted to talk to him about something, they should hire Doug Hampton.
Did Hampton ever lobby?
Hampton did, in fact, lobby Mr. Ensign, and there was a meeting with Mr. Hampton and the head of, I believe, someone at Allegiant Air, a Nevada company, in the Senate dining room. And there were lots of documents to support this, as well as other people have testified.
Then why didn't the feds indict? Tell me why you think the feds didn't go after him if you say that the evidence was there.
The Department of Justice has been really weak-kneed ever since the debacle of the prosecution of Ted Stevens, which they botched badly a couple of years ago, the former senator now deceased from Alaska. And because they screwed up that case, the public integrity section has really refused to take on most politicians. There have been some bad court decisions that have also impacted the Department of Justice's decisions, but this particular issue wouldn't have involved any of those bad cases. So they had an ample opportunity, and I think it's really just says very bad things about the Department of Justice that they let Ensign go by.
Yeah, Ensign's wealthy parents also gave Hampton $96,000, but he said, look, those were loans and gifts. Those are perfectly legal. The Federal Election Commission also looked into it. They chose not to take action. So you got DOJ and the FEC both deciding not to do anything. What do you think the Senate will do?
Well, first, the FEC is a toothless agency that never does anything about anything, and all that happened there was the senator's parents said, "Oh, no, it was meant to be a gift, not severance," and the FEC said, "Well, we're just going to take everybody's word for it. We're not going to investigate." The Senate Ethics Committee, now that the Department of Justice has bowed out, is likely to take this matter a little more seriously. They don't have a great track record either of really taking senators to task too often, but I think this is the kind of case where it will be really hard for the Senate Ethics Committee to sit it out, and Mr. Ensign still could find himself subject to potential expulsion.
All right. Quoting you, a federal agency that never does anything about anything. How unusual, Melanie. Thank you for being with us. Melanie Sloan of Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. Thank you.